Hello, Justin. Crossover minute on a roll, informal, blah, 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 all that. So, series of videos here. This one, we need some, just to briefly address security detail of the garden of our hearts. What that doesn't mean is walled up Fort Knox and no one gets in, nothing gets in, and we're defense mechanism mode, and we're just gonna take on the world, and we don't need nobody, nothing, blah, blah, blah. But what it does mean is healthy boundaries, healthy filters, particularly at the gates of the heart, where we watch over what comes in and out, and we make sure that there is safety and security, just as any gardener or farmer would do to ensure that the little foxes don't come in to steal from the vines, or other varmints or other animals come in and steal the crop, destroy them. You know, it's interesting because there are innocent beginnings of unsecured gardens, the innocent beginnings of sometimes the things that want to come in that we think may be harmless at first. You know, you have things that look like, oh, that won't hurt anything, that won't mess up the fruit and the vegetation, or the buds and the flowering and the foliage. That'll just kind of navigate through and maybe play with it, maybe even kind of enhance it, and maybe enhance the garden. It looks so cute that, but we don't realize um, that little that little cute little creature is a little baby cub bear or tiger or lion, or some people even like little pet snakes. They think they're cute, think they're cool. Some of those little cuddly and stuff, especially when they're in, babies, just brand new, and when they're nursing, or when they're, just, and we don't realize that we are cohabitating with predators of the heart. And so they grow, they get bigger, and then they start to kind of, expand their horizons, and their movement, and their, space in the garden that we've, had them in this nice little place, and they got to play here and there and along, and they start to kind of bump into things, and we're kind of like, that's uncomfortable, but come on now, it's okay, because I know we nurtured this. I took you from, and then it grows and grows more, and it continues to grow forth into its actual true nature of being a predator, something that attacks, something that takes, something that has control over its domain. And we have this shocking realization one day that a civil war or some type of internal movement is taking place, because we have such an attachment to this thing. But yet, at the other hand, we're like, wait a second, it's starting, it's harming, it's hurting, but we're emotionally bonded to this thing that has grown, this relationship, this situation, this circumstance, or this person, this thing that we've let in, this habit, this activity, and we're getting to a point to where we didn't realize all along what this thing is when it's full grown. And it's no longer cute anymore. It's no longer soft and cuddly anymore. Now it's like mean and forceful and destructive, and trampling all the work that we put in, and it's pounding, and it's not even, it's obstructing us from trying to even fix things and get things back in order. And I can't contain it. It's to the point to where it's running this garden, and it gets out of its cage, and sometimes gets to a point to where it breaks out of the cage, and now it's running rampant all across this garden, all across the garden of my heart. What do we do with this? We have this, then we have this this uh, this anger, this fear, this, and our garden's been overrun. That's why we have to be so watchful, and have a self-respect, a self-dignity, because the open borders or the unhealthy filters, the permissive gates, gatekeeping of our heart, codependency, loneliness, or other things that are compromise, sin in our own lives, permissiveness with people, or just or being too emotionally bonded too quick, and not using healthy judgment and discretion with people or things or situations. It doesn't have to be just special relationships. It could be jobs. It could be even ministry opportunities. It could be anything. It could be just habits, hobbies, things that have the potential to be destructive. Some of them are by nature just off the top, that we have to learn and see how and who is this person, place, or thing, or situation. Others may be actually good, but because of the condition of our heart to put them up higher, hold or vice grip them higher than they should, than we're supposed to have, in codependency or narcissism, or just in a unhealthy behavior towards, or deficit or idolization, or just desire, that we actually cause it to be unhealthy and destructive in our own heart. Nonetheless, no matter how it got there, we're going to have to stop. We're going to have to call upon the Lord of the vineyard, the Lord, the owner of the farm. We have to call upon him for help, to deliver us, to give us the ability and the strength, the courage to evict this from our heart. And we're going to have to be covered. We have to be sent to the hospital for some healing. We might need overnight stay. We might need to be admitted. We might need some open heart surgery. We might need just some therapy or treatment, whatever the depth or the extent of what took place in our heart. We're going to have time with the healer and with the wonderful counselor to help us to reflect, what did we do to open that door? To misjudge or get too caught up in the cuteness of something initially, knowing, hopefully, surely, what an animal like that is full grown, and what it's capable of, and what it actually does. And to have more of a self-dignity and respect for our decision-making in the future, and not operate out of a place of deficit, out of a place of emotional vulnerability, and to find our fulfillment to be more and more in God, backfilling those vulnerable and open or empty or hurting places that are wanting and needing to be filled and are supposed to be filled. May God's grace guide you wherever you are or have been in any of these situations, and give you the strength and the courage, the stirring boldness, and coming to humble places of surrender, and his hand moving at work in your heart and your life, and giving you the ability and the safety to make right decisions and very tough choices. And you will also allow that other person, place, or thing, or situation to begin its own journey that it needs, if it was the destructive one, to come to its own place of brokenness over sin, or humble surrender or change, and not prolonging and enabling and facilitating and empowering an entitlement to destroy a person's heart. I bless you in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus, I sit with you, I seek God's face with you, and I bless you.